From Willie Tuatoma to Joe DeFoya and Keola Antolin, Arizona football has a rich Polynesian history. While these roots continue to grow deeper today, an important piece in establishing a Polynesian foundation here in the desert has returned to the program.
If I've had any success in this profession at all, I owe it all to Coach Tomey. Tomey really started opening up the idea that we would now have an opportunity to live our dream and come to the mainland and to coach this great game of college football.
Following Duane Akina's time at Washington, the quarterback returned home to the island where he began his coaching career under Dick Tomey.
Back in the early 80s, a lot of universities were not recruiting the islands at the time. So our makeup of our football team was primarily of the kids from Hawaii. And then from there, we branched out back into Polynesia. Like for me, I had New Zealand, Australia, Fiji, Tonga.
In '87, when Arizona called, both Coach Tomey and Coach Akina answered. And although they were moving inland, they brought with them that same recruiting philosophy.
So when he came to Arizona, he just continued that pipeline here. And it was the guts of many of those great teams that we hear about in the 90s, the Desert Swarm and all of that.
And for Akina, the Polynesian values of family and history were the guts of his coaching.
I kept building these tapes. I was able to share with players that were behind these guys. I was able to talk about them. And it just reminded me, so much of the history growing up was sitting on the front porch with my grandmother and her sharing the history of the islands.
23 years later, Akina is back in Tucson sharing those same stories. And while there are many new faces, Coach Tomey and Akina's recruiting strategy remains in place.
I'm proud of the fact that Coach Nansen and Fish and Kafusi and Joshua Mora have really kept that alive, because that was such a big part of who we were here at the University of Arizona and how this program was built back in the 90s.
And those values established back in the 90s remain the foundation of this program.
Coach Fish, in so many ways, shared the same messages that Coach Tomey spread while he was here in his own way.